Good morning, everybody. My name is Mr. Ramsey, and I'll be working with you today. Our goal is to understand what it means to elaborate well in memoirs, whether it's an essay or a narrative. And so that's what I'll be walking you through. So here we go. So your goal for today is to understand what constitutes a 3 for elaboration. And it boils down to two things. If you're writing an essay, you have a variety of evidence. And if you're writing a narrative, you have action, dialogue, description, and thought. And you should be able to write at least 500 words. A 4 will basically do these things really, really well, but also have a quotation from a book or someone famous if you're writing an essay. And if you're writing a narrative, you have really rich development, strong sensory details, character reflections. The story is told really well. We look at our memoir writing toolkit. You can click on any of these to get extra help. If we click on Elaboration, it's going to open up this page that breaks it down a little bit further for us. So if you're writing an essay, a variety of evidence means you have some examples, perhaps you have some quotes, some micro stories, maybe a list to support your idea. We look at quietly struggling. The first body paragraph uses 2 examples. The idea is that the person was uncomfortable and like to observe first before putting themselves out there. And we have one example about going to a middle school dance, and then a second example about being on a cruise and being on vacation. So there are 2 examples in one paragraph, 2 examples to support one idea. If we look at the second paragraph in Quietly Struggling, it's not examples, now it's switched to micro story. And so this whole paragraph is one a seed idea, one micro story. And there's dialogue, there's description, there's action. And so that's what we mean by a variety of evidence. One paragraph, you've got a couple examples. Another paragraph, you're telling a micro story. Maybe you've got some quotations in there. And if you look at this, this is easily over 500 words. This is really well developed. It's got strong elaboration. If we look at Adam's final draft, this is more of a narrative memoir. And so we're looking for, again, action, dialogue, description, and thought. And there's a ton of all of this. This really is like a level 4 memoir. It has dialogue. I managed to squeak out. I will too, I managed to squeak out my voice hoarse. It was already happening. My eyes brimmed. I tried to blink back tears. So this is just really good development. It's got details, it has action, it has dialogue, it has character reflection. So I encourage you to open this one up if you're writing a narrative. And this really is level 4. So that's what we're looking for today when you partner up with somebody. If they have an essay, do they have a variety of evidence? If they're writing a narrative, do they have action, dialogue, description, and thought? And both of these things, they need to develop a clear idea about the writer's life. That's really important.